Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity right now in between Atlanta and Savannah for my bi-weekly trip to take my son. So listen, guys, it's been a while since I've been on. I've been working on a special project. Super excited about all of you who are joining the text class so that you too can learn how to have impact and reach with whatever it is you're doing. It could be a business, it could be a nonprofit, it could be something that you don't even know about right now, but you just simply know that you have something to say and you like how I communicate with people and you want to learn how to do the same. So for $20, that is a heck of a deal. That class, we are almost at the goal. All right, so some people enrolled this morning. If you do not know what I'm talking about, then just go to my YouTube channel, BetterBodyCrew, and type in something like $20. Hey, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Type in something like $20 or a class. It'll be a more recent video, okay? Hey, what's going on, Aman? How are you? I hope all is well. So, guys, listen, I have to shout out the CashApp crew that holds it down, and then we're going to get into just a few questions. So I pulled over to shout out these people and give them their respect, because it's always the few that take care of the many. So Norkecha, I want to know. Hey, Grand Rising. Norkecha Battle, Pamela Bennett Brown. I don't even think she's on the list, and she's supporting the list. So people like that, because I couldn't find her. So people like that, I'm just like, really? Yolanda Gooden, sis, thank you so much. My drone bro, Christopher C. Henry, Tyrone Allen, interesting person. My big bro, Thomas Jackson, and D. Will. I don't even think D. Will just got on the list. Hey, Althea, how are you? But she supported the list before she was even on. Yeah. Tyrone Allen is also Giddy Gang. So I had him on there twice. But anyway, I really appreciate y'all and y'all helping out the fam. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I just wanted to make the best use of this time, this drive. I'm going to start driving now. I'm going to say questions off the top of my head that I know that I've gotten recently and just quickly address them for you all. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So let's see if my signal holds up. If not, just be patient with me. All right, so the first thing I definitely want to address is people that say things like, I don't even know where to start. Okay, and some of this will be repetitive, but I will try to think of the newest questions as well. These are questions that I see on my videos that I get in the text list. And if you guys have a question for me, then drop it down below and I'll address it in the next video, okay? All right, so the main thing is people saying, I don't even know where to start. Now, here's the deal. You need to start with whatever is most important to you, right? I always think that a person should clean up their credit. So that requires you pulling your credit. I did a video about how you can get 3 of your credit reports for free every seven days. So there is no excuse as to why all of you should not have pulled your credit by now from all 3, not bureaus, but credit reporting agencies. So when you pull them, you put them side by side and you look and see what's on there. Then you start saying, wait a minute, this isn't right. That isn't right. I talked to you about why you should make sure you have only one name and one address on there. If that's not familiar to you, then go back to my channel, look at the video history and watch those videos. Super duper important. You don't want to do anything to increase the probability of identity theft or a mixed merged file. So the first thing that everybody should be doing is pulling their 3 credit reports for free from the source that I listed in the video, making sure they have one name, one address, one phone number, even one employer. One. And then you go, thanks for the hearts. And then you go to, do I have any collection files? Do I have any late payments on here? Guys, I really am so dead set on you guys having faith in yourselves, trusting yourselves, and making decisions on your own. Because society, and I can tell by some of the questions that y'all ask me, Society has taught you not to trust yourself. There's no way you're going to be able to enforce your rights as a consumer protection if you don't even trust yourself. If you don't know how to communicate, if you don't know how to assert yourself, if you don't know how to look and read and say, hold on, this doesn't make sense on your own without somebody co-signing on you every step of the way, you're never going to be able to do this. There are a lot of things I say that are sarcastic, that are obnoxious, and some of y'all have let me know you don't like that too much. Guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Not because I don't care about you. I don't know you any more than you know me. However, my delivery is me learning how to assert myself after years of having low confidence, no confidence. So guess what? In my quest to learn how to find my voice so that I can use my voice, yes, sometimes I might come off a little sarcastic, but I prefer that than to fit in your box and not speak up for myself. Bing bong. Somebody said that on my video. I used to do the Nene Leaks bloop, but somebody was like, bing bong. I was like, oh, I like the bing bong. Aman, you had 7 names and 14 different addresses. See, this is what I'm saying. Thank you for sharing that. And so many other people, they have the same thing. They have multiple names, multiple addresses on there, and they don't even know. And I explain why that is not a good thing. So once you clear that up, then you need to move on to your records. Anything that is negative, if it's a collection, is it by a collection agency or is it by a third-party collector? And I apologize because I've been using them interchangeably, but guys, there are some collection agencies that are not third-party collection, or let's start saying debt buyers, okay? Because there are debt buyers, meaning like, say you have Capital One Sears card or whatever. You have a Sears card. Sears is like, this heifer ain't gonna pay us. So they sell the debt for pennies on the dollar to Midland. Midland is a debt buyer. Midland bought the debt for pennies on the dollar, and now they're trying to come to you and say, yeah, you know that person over there that you owe? Well, now you owe us. And you're like, hold on, I didn't have a contract with you, Midland. No, I don't. Don't come at me like that, right? That's a debt buyer. Now, the rules for a debt buyer is totally different than the rules for a third-party collection agency. For example, my son's karate, it comes out of my account every single month, automatically. Them people don't play about their money, okay? So I have the karate studio, and then I have a company that auto drafts my account. That company that auto drafts my account is a separate company, okay, from the karate studio. But they are a third-party collector. They collect the money. They didn't buy the debt. They're not saying they own the debt. They're just collecting the debt and routing it to the karate studio. But the karate studio still owns the debt. So this is a distinction that we need to be able to make, because if you don't know if you're dealing with a third-party debt collector versus a debt buyer, see, the rules are different for the two. So you can't just come to people and say, hey, I got this collection on my account. How do I stop them from contacting me? Well, is it a debt buyer or is it a third-party collection debt company? Because that's going to determine what statutes, what law, what you defer to in order to get them to stop. You see? So again, I've said it before and I'll say it over and over again until you get it. The quality of your answers is going to be determined by the quality of your questions. Okay? So once we go to the collections, and by the way, I am just this is entertainment purposes. Everything I say is a lie. This I'm not legal, I'm not professional, I'm not nothing. Okay? I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just talking. That's my disclaimer. That's my everything. All right? So what was I saying? So when you start going through your file, there are some things that you don't need no help with. If you can count, you can figure this crap out. Okay? So like, for example, if what is today? April something. It's the beginning of April, right? If you had an account that was late, if you have an account that you have not paid on, like let's say since February, this thing happens on credit reports, y'all. If you have an account that you have not paid on, let's say since February, that account could be showing on your credit report right now it's 90 days late. How? But house wait, it hasn't even been 90 days since the account passed. And this happens all the time. You can have the same trade line is another name for account, okay? You can have the same trade line reporting 30 days late on one credit file, 60 days late on another, from another credit reporting agency, and 90 days late from another. These are simple things, guys, that you should look at and say, hold up. This don't add up. The math ain't mathing. This doesn't make sense. And you have to go back and actually do the math for yourself. Today is 9th. Okay, it's Candy B's birthday. Happy birthday, sis. Thanks so much. But yeah, there are very small things, y'all, but they add up to big things, and they really speak to how lackluster these credit reporting agencies are with reporting our information. Sometimes you'll have a 30-day late on there, and some of you don't even know your agreement with your credit card company. Like, when is your closing date? When is your statement date? When is your due date? When is your what is the date? Like, how many days do you have before the statement is supposed to come to you in the mail? That's another thing, y'all. Again, get stuff off of paperless billing for many reasons. One of those reasons is that there are laws that stipulate that if you are not on paperless billing, that physical bill is supposed to come to you X amount of days in the mail before the due date. Well, for those of you who are on electronic billing, you're exempt from that law. But there are a lot of companies that get hemmed up on that because they're not sending stuff out. And the majority of people, Americans, they're too busy to even notice. If the bill comes, they just put it in a stash. They don't pay attention to say, hold on, this bill came and it's due like in 2 days. That's not right. Let me go back to the contract and see what does the statute say, or what does the law say as it relates to them giving me enough time from the time I open the bill in the mail or receive the bill in the mail until it's paid. But that's a violation right there. So there are things that we need to be sure of. If they're reporting 30 days later and it hasn't even been 30 days yet, that's a violation. So things like that you need to pay attention to. Is the amount correct? Is the amount wrong? If an account is charged off, is it appearing on your account twice? How you gonna have this trade line is charged off over here, but then also have the collection agency reporting it over there? So what? And this is literally happening to people, y'all. There are some trade lines on your credit report that don't even belong there. There was an Alabama consumer protection lawyer, shout out to John Watts. He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. And he was saying, I don't even pull my lawyer card, but I think it was Comcast or one of those, TV companies, and they were trying to say he didn't return his equipment at the end of his agreement. And he was like, I absolutely did. And he went back and forth with them. He did a YouTube video explaining it. He went back and forth with them. And he was trying not to pull his lawyer card, but they pissed him off so much trying to charge him all these fees for not returning the equipment, until finally he had to say, look here, you don't know who you're dealing with. I am a lawyer and I have this and that proving that I returned the equipment. If you continue this, you're going to be in for it. And guess what they said? Hold for our review. And then they came back and was like, oh, my apologies, sir, you're right. See, sometimes you got to snatch them by the edges. Y'all, you got to snatch them by their edges and get them on the good foot real quick, okay? I'm going to say most people don't read the contract, just sign. And I was guilty of that. Absolutely. They don't read the contract. They just sign and go, right? And then, yeah, absolutely. But we got to slow down and speed up, family, okay? We got to stop doing that. So, as you're going through your credit report, you need to be looking at these accounts. Is every single thing on the account consistent across the credit reporting agencies? And is it correct? Is it consistent? And is it correct? Chances are it's not. Okay? So all of this is stuff that we have to start to enforce and violate. Some people say, well, Kim, should I do it online? Should I dispute online, or should I dispute on the mail? Well, that's really up to you. Again, why would you defer to me for something about your life? When you dispute online, do you lose certain rights? Yes, you do. But if I were doing something like my name, my biographical information, I wouldn't worry about that. I would give them a phone call and say, get this crap off my report right now. Now, when it comes to my trade lines and the accounts, That's something I would do by good old snail mail, certified mail, get your green receipt to prove, because court starts where? In the mail. So if you ever have to go to court, which chances are you probably will need to let them know, hey, I will take you to court because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because they're so used to just running all over you. They want to wear you down. They want to make you call 50 million times. They want you to, knowing that you're going to have to wait on hold 20 to 30 minutes each time. They want to tell you, well, the law says we have 30 days. Oh yeah, and because of COVID, we have 45. Actually, you don't. It says you may have up to 45. That doesn't mean it's automatically there. And if I'm telling you right now that you don't have the convenience of that 15-day grace period because I need this done right now because of what I have going on in my life, then guess what? That 15-day delay with COVID don't apply. But Schmovid, dang it. Hope YouTube doesn't take this down. So, understand that when the law says this may, the word may, what do we say? Read all this stuff word by word. May does not mean that it is what is supposed to happen. That means it may could happen and it may could not, right? You want to go out with somebody and you say, hey, how does Friday work out for you? Well, that may work out. Okay, you clear your calendar and pay a babysitter and do all that stuff as if it's concrete if you wanna. They said we may can work out. May. All right. So yeah, if it were biographical information, I would just call and just get that straightened out so that I can move on to bigger and better things. Some people are like, well, you can anything that's wrong is a violation, and that's a violation. Okay, cool. If you want to nitpick every single thing, I prefer to concentrate my efforts on things that are most important to me. This is why you should not be asking anybody questions about your stuff. If you want to get all the violations, including the violations on biographical information, then do you, boo. And then you sending everything by snail mail all together, right? But for me, I have other things in my life going on. I have a whole kid to support and things that I need to do outside of just sitting down all day long, calling and writing. So I pick my battles. And if you don't agree with it, that's perfectly fine. But that's all the more reason why you should go through your own process. Okay? I'm on set, exactly. I'm happy it's making sense. So yeah, you pick which things you want to go after and get done quickly on the phone, or online, even though it means that you'll be giving up some of your rights later on. But as it relates to serious things, definitely do that in writing for sure, so that you have a record, right? And you can use that as evidence later on, because chances are they're going to ignore you and you're going to have to hold their feet to the fire, okay? So that is that. Now, I want to address the question of people saying things in the comments like, why do you answer some people's comments and not others? Simple, y'all. I don't live online. I see some comments and I don't see others. Or I just don't want to answer some of y'all. I don't know what y'all think this is. Like, some of y'all be trying to start beefs in the comments. Kim, I went and researched that. So what do you think about that? I think nothing about it. I have not given that a second thought. Like, I don't just sit around, y'all, thinking about stuff that doesn't apply to me or that I don't care about. And because you sent me like a 3-hour YouTube video, now take this with a grain of salt, because I'm not talking to everybody. Some of y'all have sent me some stuff that I really do want to watch, and I have it on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But some of y'all just wake up and choose violence. Some of y'all, you said this in the video and I found that, and you need to watch this 3-hour video and educate yourself. Cool. Get on your platform, get on your YouTube channel and speak your opinion. Half the time, we're not even talking about the same thing. But if you come at me crazy, I'll let you just sit there in the comments and make a fool of yourself by yourself. And that's just that. I'm not going to have some long, drawn-out debate with somebody in a YouTube comment. That's silly. But things like, have a good day, I appreciate the video. Or even if you don't agree with me, I might just give a quick comment. But this is not the debate team. Okay? I have other things to do. So that's why I don't answer. That's why I answer some comments and others. Don't take it personal. It's really not that deep. And then the funny thing is, when I do answer them, because people are like, you only answer comments that with people praising you. No, I actually don't. But I've noticed that when somebody wants to choose one of my comment section and I do address them, like I said, this one lady was like, I'm not cleaning up nothing on my credit report. I shouldn't even need a credit report. My credit is what I say it is. And so I'm not telling them the wrong names and then I'm not doing anything with them. And I said, you have a right to do what you want to do or you don't. And then I said it with a smiley face, and she was like, oh, I can tell you butt hurt with your passive aggressive comment and the fire smile. And I was like, what? Are you serious? It was like the middle of the night and I'm doing stuff with my kid and talking to my mom on the phone. I'm not even thinking about you. But the way you overly analyze one statement with a smiley face shows you really have issues, chick. So, regardless of whether I comment to some of you or not, and again, this is not the majority, this is the minority, but regardless of whether I comment to some of y'all or not, some people, people that want to have a problem, they always want to choose to have a problem. So I don't stress about that. I just focus on the majority of people who I really, really, really enjoy conversing with on my list and in my comments. And I don't worry about the rest of y'all folks that got issues, okay? So that is that. Now, this is not a question, but I'm going to treat it like a question. Hey, Will Jeffries, I'm going to treat it like a question. I need y'all to understand the text list is not a way for free legal advice. So, no shade. But all these long, there's like 3,100 plus people on the text list right now. All of these long, drawn out dissertations about, hey, I need to talk to you. You're never going to get a phone call. I don't call y'all because right now I have sick family members, y'all. There go my country internet. Sorry about that. But yeah, I have like a whole life. I have multiple projects, businesses going on. I still have my product-based business. I give trainings. I'm on trainings. I check on my mom's house. I have family members that are sick right now. I have things going on. I cannot sit on the phone with you. And half the time, and I've learned, even if I wanted to call y'all, number one, I know y'all don't know this, but those in the class will find out, I don't even have your phone number. So the text list, it masks the phone numbers on both ends. You don't have my real phone number. I don't have your real phone number. So I can't call you. But even if I had your phone number, I wouldn't call you. Okay, there are some of you who I definitely want to speak to. There are some of you I have spoken to, but that's because you've done something to get my attention. And trust me, that was not saying, need help. Because it doesn't work like that. Like, you need help, but I'm still working on my own stuff. I need help too. Who's to help me? Right? So I'm not going to call you for you to run down the last 10, 20, 30 years of your life, how you got to that situation, and then expect me to give you legal advice, which I cannot do about what's going on with y'all. And for those of you who I've even responded back to in the text, half the time what you told me in the beginning is not even what the situation is. And as I probed you for more questions and I dug deeper, that's when I found out, oh, that's really not the issue. The issue is this. So before we could even get to the solution, we had to properly identify the problem. And then I look up and I done spent 30 minutes for you, just getting you to clearly communicate with me what's going on. We haven't even got to the solution. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Absolutely not. I am sorry for some of the situations that y'all are in. Very sorry. My heart bleeds for y'all, but you have to realize that my community service, my way of helping you is these videos. You have to take the information and go out there on your own and then see, how do I apply this little bit that Kim gave me to my situation to free myself from the situation. Not, well, let me reach out to Kim. Kim, I think God sent you into my life. No. God told me this. No. Well, he didn't tell me that. I talked to God too. He didn't tell me that. So y'all are not going to spiritually blackmail me into sitting on the phone with y'all for an hour or two, because sometimes, and I say this with all the love in my heart, but we got to do better, fam. Talking to some of y'all is like pulling teeth. You know how many messages I get that say, help? And I have to ignore them because I shouldn't have to reply back to you, what do you need help with? Somebody just sent a message, book link, with a question mark. Which book? So, I mean, like, you cannot think when you reach out to somebody that you're the only person and that they can read your mind and that they only cut one video. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. And I literally have people saying, I saw one of your videos and you said something about something like, what? Ma'am, if you don't get your butt back to that video and take a screenshot and give me a timestamp, if you cannot say it the way I said it, I respect that. But I'm not going to sit up here and play Clue with you. You said something about something like, I got to go to the next message. I have a heart for people. But if y'all don't learn how to speak the English language, and let me tell you something, it's not even me being mean. It's me conditioning you and training you. Somebody gonna say, oh, she thinks she a goddess or a high priestess. Look, she says she training us. Man. Some of y'all are straight comic relief for me. And again, I'm talking about the minority. The majority of people, like y'all my peeps. We do talk, we do laugh, we do have a good old funky time on the text list with a whole bunch of emojis, right? We have a relationship. So my people that get me. And the crazy ones, you weren't meant to get me. Don't. I would came with K, right? If you know, you know, right? If you offended, a hit dog would holler. You laughing, honey? Girl, the things that go on are just an abomination. But, you know, at first I felt bad, and then I couldn't feel bad because I realized if I'm spending time talking to a stranger and trying to get them to articulate to me their situation so I can help them, which I'm not even paid to do, then that means I'm not doing what? I'm not spending time with my son. I'm not checking on my mom. I'm not handling my other responsibilities. And that's not smart, right? That's how people go off the deep end. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh, I have this and I have that. I'm not letting anybody drive me, loca para nada. So, with the communication piece, a lot of times I do not respond to y'all because I want you to learn how to communicate. And I want you to find the answers on your own. And you shouldn't be offended because if this is something you really say you want to do, oh, I have to do this for my family. Oh, I'm tired of the tyranny. If that's really how you feel, sir, ma'am, then me not responding to you is not going to have that much of an influence in your life. You're going to be like, okay, bump her, let me go get it on my own. Right? What's that song? I got it off the muscle. You want to fight, you want to tussle. I'm talking Yes, you better get it off the muscle. Okay? Fight and tussle with yourself, not with me. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. So while y'all over there, the minority, tripping, I'm chilling. And if you really want to do this, you're going to have to learn to dig for yourself, to do for yourself, to find out what, like, if I'm in Georgia and you're in New York, and I say that on purpose because my community text list tells me the majority of the people on my list are in Georgia. And then next is New York. And then next I think is like Texas. And then next is like California, right? All of us got different AGs, okay? So if I'm studying and I'm pulling my credit report and I'm looking at what the statute of limitations is for my area, what does that have to do with you? And if you think I'm going to go to your state and look up your stuff like I'm your paid assistant, secretary, paralegal, I'm not. So again, there's no point in us having conversation because the laws that apply to me probably don't apply to you. Well, don't the federal law apply to everybody? Maybe you don't need to go to federal court. Some of y'all can get this crap done in your local counties, right? And so, see, some of the questions that you ask, I've got to the point now when y'all ask me questions, I'll be like, how long you been studying? Just found your video last night. So since last night. Okay, yeah, see, we can't talk, right? That would be like me, right? I'm 42 years old and I'm divorced. What I look like dating an 18-year-old? We in two different stages in life. We ain't got nothing to talk about, right? Nothing. And that's what some of y'all are trying to do. You find one video and then you want to talk to somebody who's been studying for months, maybe even years, right? And you're trying to have a conversation with them, but what you don't understand is this is a foreign language, and until you learn the language, you can't even articulate yourself enough for them to help you if they wanted to. So I really need you guys to start doing things on your own, trusting yourself, learning how to assert yourself, learning this language so that you can speak this language, because even if you get what you desire, which ultimately is these people backing off, or maybe you even get a settlement, you have got to know how, when they reach out to you, there's somebody on the list. Man, he had me so geeked. Y'all know I'm the biggest nerd, but there's somebody on the list, and he was corresponding with me yesterday. He knows who he is, and he just kept sending me things throughout the day from different companies that were settling with him and upping the amount. And I was saying, again, we're not talking on the phone, we're texting. So I'm like, what are you saying? Are you saying something to them, or are you just holding your tongue and playing, calling their bluff with silence so that they keep coming back and upping the ante? And I'm not going to betray his trust and talk too much about what he talked to me about it. Hopefully he does want to speak to the family. I would understand if he didn't, because I've told y'all this before. A lot of people that are getting results, they don't want to be known. They don't want to be seen, because they don't want y'all crashing their inboxes being like, what did you do? What color ink did you write with? Was it a big pen? Were you facing the east or the west? Did you write it on a Monday? Do you get better results on a Sunday? They don't want that. They ain't got time. And they know that most of you are not putting in the work. Y'all, you just see like one thing and then you want to run with it and be like, tell me exactly what you did. Not knowing that exactly what they did has nothing to do with what you should do. Y'all laughing at me? I'm telling y'all don't understand some of the things that I see. And again, if this is you, I would love if you would laugh at yourself and be like, she talking about me, instead of being like, she talking about me. Don't get offended. Take it and be like, oh, she right. I didn't think about it like that. But hopefully I can get him to speak to y'all. But if he doesn't want to, I respect his privacy. But every single day I see proof. There are some people on the list who have been studying way longer than me, and they have much better results than me, and they are hardcore with this stuff. Am I intimidated by them? Absolutely not. That was the point why I started the list. It was as much to help me as it was to help y'all. And that is also the reason why I'm doing the class. Aside from the fact that I have a fantastic business coach who always challenges and stretches me, but I wanted some of y'all that are on the list who have much more impact than me, much more education than me, to know how to, if you so choose, reach the masses. If you wanted to use this same service, I wanted you to be able to do that, because some of y'all have great things to offer. Great things to offer. You just don't know how to do it. So I would love to be a part of that conversation to help you extend your message, or if you want to do educational, whatever you want to do, because the results that y'all are getting, I'm just like, man, I told him, I said, man, you bad. And I was like, and I hope you know that means that you know, a good thing. But y'all know how I talk, so he knew that was good. So he sent me all these Michael Jackson bad emojis. And like I said, the majority of the people on the list are super duper cool, you know? And I'm not saying don't tell me your stories. I'm just saying, like, if you write a dissertation to me, it's sometimes it's awkward, because I don't want y'all like pouring out y'all's heart like a dear diary, dear Kim, and then I'd be like, prayers going up. You know, that sounds like super insensitive, but then at the same time, I try to give y'all the respect, because I respect the fact that you would even tell me some of this stuff, and I definitely appreciate it, because it makes me more grateful for my life. It helps me to remember when I was in some of y'all's positions, and it definitely helps me to respect. I try my best to respect the platform and respect y'all's time, mixed in with a little bit of comedy, but also letting y'all know, don't try me. But it's very, very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Okay, so the next question I've gotten, and again, I'm doing these off of the top of my head, exactly, come out your feelings. Man, let me tell you something. As long as you're in your, I learned this the hard way. I'm not a big feelings person. Like, when I feel, I feel. Now, I have feelings. I have a heart. But I'm not one of those people who wears my heart on my sleeve. So it is hard for me to relate to people that are in their feelings all the time. I don't too much fool up with them. I have some friends that are emotional, but they have to know those people have an acute sense of who I am and how available I can be to them in all their emotionality. And so we have an understanding, right? But I learned early in life, if you are in your feelings, you can't be in your feelings and focus on your finances. Okay? When emotions go up, intelligence goes down. And so what I find is that a lot of people that are in their feelings, oftentimes their intellect, it's not that they're not smart. It's just that you do know, like, and I learned a lot of stuff by studying psychology, behavior, right? And like how the body actually works. Not to say that I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. None of those things. But I do study the body, right? And so like when you are highly emotional, and a lot of times a lot of people create drama in their lives because it helps them to feel alive, literally. Like there are people, this is getting off topic of consumer protection, but it's super important to understand, because if you get in your emotions with your consumer protection stuff, you're not going to be able to enforce. People are going to look at you as a clown because that's what you look like, right? So a lot of people that you see asserting their rights and they know what they're doing, there's no need for them to raise their voice. There's no need for them to curse you out. They will curse you out without saying one expletive, and it will be brilliant to make you be like, woo, he did that. There's nothing sexier, there's nothing more attractive than someone who can give you the business without raising their tone, right? Without having to, y'all catch my drift, right? Y'all catch my drift. So going back to what I was saying though, what was I saying? I forgot it. It'll come back to me though. Can't be in your feelings and your finances. Oh, there are some people who they thrive. Again, this is why I don't want to address a lot of people in the comments. Like, there are some people who wake up and choose violence every single day. You know why? Because their lives are so boring, their lives are so monotonous, that the only way they can get that thrill is they have to start drama with you. They have to start a fight with you. There are people who literally wear it like a badge of honor. I just like to argue points. I just like to play devil's advocate. Girl, boy, bye. I like to have fun. I like to chill. I like to enjoy my son. I like to make people laugh. To me, that's so much more enjoyable than walking around perpetually playing devil's advocate. What the hell for? But there are some people who do that. You know why? Because when you say A and they say B, it gets their blood rushing, and they say, tell me why you say B, and I'm going to tell you why A is right. And they get off on trying to make you come to their side. And so that blood rush, like seriously, that adrenaline rush, it stimulates them in a way that they don't have stimulation in their lives otherwise. Like seriously, study the body and study. And when that blood rush comes, a lot of times they say what? Fight or flight. When the blood is coming from your brain and rushing to other parts of your body, your brain can't function. That's why, and once I started studying this stuff and learning this stuff, it helped me to not engage, to not fool up with fools. Why? Because fools be fooling. So it's so funny to me, because some people be like, well, Kim, I think you're wrong because such and such and such, and they be so proud of themselves, and I be like, you're right. Not because I think they're right. It's not because I really think they're right. It's because I know that's what they want to hear. So then when I say you're right, they'll be like, I know it. And I'm just looking there like, you're right. I'm happy you see that, Kim. I'm happy I see the light too, because you were always right. And it's about that time that they kind of catch on, like, she doesn't really think I'm right. She's just patronizing me. And then they try to start a whole nother fight, because now they're mad that I said they were right, which I still find hilarious. So yeah, you know, I am a nice person, but I am a brilliant pisser offer. Because I don't be fooling up with y'all. Not the majority, but the minority. And so anyway, yeah, I need y'all to understand how to articulate yourselves without emotions, how to stop saying things like, I shouldn't have to go through this shouldn't be my line, Listen, everything that you're going through is for a reason, and oftentimes that reason is not strictly confined to you. It's oftentimes for you to help somebody who's going to come after you, who's going through the same exact situation, and they want to maybe they want to maybe no longer live, right? There are people that have been through things, and they're looking for someone to give them some hope. They're looking for someone to say, you know what, I've been through exactly what you've been through, and I can tell you it gets better. I got a lot of great comments on my video about how I lost my house in divorce, and how that led to my credit journey. And there were, oh, my heart bled for some of y'all, man. Oof. Some of you said you learned the hard way because you had already been through that. Some of you said you're currently in situations that you clearly need to rectify and get clarity on. So that video made you think. And for that, I am so grateful that I did it. It was hard because it was definitely a vulnerable subject. It's extremely hard to talk about divorce and somebody that you used to be in love with and all of that stuff. But if it helps some of y'all, it's worth it. I'll take it on the chin. Okay, so that is that. All right, so stop complaining about your situation. Start learning how to do something about it, and get to work, y'all. Okay. The next thing, somebody asked me, Kim, why don't you do like a group and like a paid membership so all of us can dialogue with each other and come together? We'll pay you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is not enough money in the world for me to put all y'all together in a paid group and have y'all fussing and bickering and wanting me to make it. Ain't no way. Ain't no. I thought about it for a hot second. I said, chick, is you crazy? No. I like the fact that all of y'all are on the list together. I can communicate with all of y'all, but when y'all say something, it only comes to me. Because I can only imagine if all 3,000 of y'all, or however many, let's say I did that, right? I did a Facebook group, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be $10, $20 a month for my time. There are some of y'all, this used to be me. This used to be me, so don't get offended. Well, do what you do. But when I didn't have a lot of money, when my account was negative, I'm with PNC, they have danger days. PNC, you'll wake up, it'll be like negative $200. Danger day. That means, chick, you got a few hours to get some money in this account before we charge you, okay, a fee. Whoo, I remember them danger days. Thank the Lord that's behind me now. But when I would have my danger days and I would come out of those and I would have a little bit of money in my account, any money I spent for anything, I don't care if it was a burger on the dollar menu, I'd be like, I know this burger better be right though. I know this burger better be juicy. It better look like on the picture. The cheese better be melted. I don't want no square, hard, cold cheese. This burger better be right. That was my last dollar. Every dime, every dollar I spent, I wanted the world for it because it was my last. Now, that was my problem, but I was making it other people's problem. So the first reason why I will never do like a paid group where I assemble everybody together so we can all converse, as lovely as that sounds, right? Y'all make us, Kim, get us all together so we can have conversation. Like we're going to be drinking tea and eating crumpets. But really, some of y'all that wake up and choose violence every day gonna be in there straight causing war. And then people are gonna be like, Kim, I'm paying you to be a part of this group. That person came for me. They gave me wrong information. You need to handle it. And I'm not paying referee for no amount of money. It's not worth it. Many of y'all are in different parts of your journey. Some of y'all want to be sober. Some of y'all are more. Some of y'all, oh man, some of y'all doing all types of stuff that, quite frankly, that stuff is not even important to me. That stuff, some of y'all are doing is not even necessary to accomplish the end goal. You could do it much easier via another means. There was a testimony call that I exposed some of y'all to last night. If you were on the listen, you were paying attention, you heard an amazing testimony, even though the signal kept going out. It's funny how Instagram, they, you know, the BBL girls, they always got a good connection, isn't it? But people that spitting knowledge and spitting truth, they always got the struggle streams, right? Funny how that works. But anyway, those of you who were on the link to the IG live last night, y'all were exposed to some information and you were like, oh wow, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that, da 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 da, and that is great. So now y'all are going to pursue that path. And that's super cool, but other people want to stay on the path that they're on, and that is fine. Do y'all know there's more than one way to skin a cat? Do you know that just like I'm trying to get back to Savannah right now, I can take multiple roads. I can stay on the highway, or I can, you know, go take the scenic route, and I will still get to Savannah. So again, it goes back to you. Who are you? You cannot enforce your rights and you don't even know who you are. You cannot use a voice that you don't even have. When I invited y'all on the text list, it was so you can follow my journey. Y'all, some of y'all are trying to use the text list as a way to make me draft out your journey. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fall for that trick. I need you to stand on your own 2 feet. I need you to be a man or a woman, not a child. If I can't claim you on your taxes, on my taxes, right? Kim, you still pay taxes? Yes, I do. Because I haven't figured out how not to do it. But what I do is I mitigate my taxes with a lot of business expenses. I play the businessman. See, because somebody's like, I'm always a consumer. Really? You always be a consumer then. Because I wear different hats depending on what I want to do. Right? I'm a mother, but I'm not always... Think about how stupid this would be, y'all. Think about how stupid this would be. Don't just try to be one thing. You can't just always be a consumer. Sometimes you need to be something else. It would be like, okay, I'm a woman, right? I have a child. Would I say I'm always a mother? Let me go on a date in mother mode and see how that works out. No, if I go on a date, I need to be a woman, right? So I need to be sultry. I need to be a little cool. Let me stop playing. But I can't go on a date and be with boo, be with bae in mother mode. I'm always a mother because I got a child. You sound stupid. Know when to be what for the occasion. Does that make sense? So don't try to come at me because I don't live 100% free. I never said I did. What I said is I know of people who do, and I've gotten some amazing things done that I didn't think I would be able to do, and I'm learning more. Come along with me on my journey if you so please, and join my text list, and I'll share my resources with you. And maybe they can help you out too. That's what I said. See? That's what I said. Now, I know other people who don't pay taxes because they're heavy in the trust game. I was on a trust call on Friday night. Wow, are you serious right now? Bruh. 18-wheelers be slipping. See, I know y'all think I don't be a good driver, but I am. I mean, he was just about to come over on your girl. But anyway, there are some people that I know that are heavy in the trust game. And so they know that stuff. I don't know that stuff yet, but I'm learning about it. But y'all, I don't just be jumping into, just because I hear like 1 or 2 Instagram lives or take 1 or 2 courses, I don't just jump in and be like, okay, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing that. No, I do one thing at a time, because multitasking is a myth. You cannot do multiple things at one time. Your attention is divided if you're doing this and that and that and that and that and that and that, right? And for this stuff that we're talking about, unlearning to relearn, you really need to put you need to put your back into it, your everything into it. You need to be 100% focused on this one thing. If that's what you're going to do, billionaires, then you better be a billionaire beast. You want to be sovereign? That's not what I want to do. Right? So you want to avoid taxes by becoming sovereign. You want to live off the grid. You want to live off the land. And I'm not saying that's what sovereign is. Y'all know I have an element of comedy to stuff that I say. So don't be like, yeah, you're not correct on you. Okay? Take it with a grain of salt. But I'm not trying to be sovereign. So guess what? If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with that. Do what you think is best for you. But I'm not going to be able to converse with you about the process of becoming sovereign. That I don't desire to do that. There are some people that's like, I don't need credit. Who told the credit bureau? They're not even bureaus. They're credit reporting agencies. Who told them they should be in charge of me anyway? I'm going to get stuff done without credit. That's you. Maybe you have that type of time. Maybe you're on that type of time. I am a single parent and I like my peace. So if this is the game that the world wants to play, the credit game, my personal preference is for me to learn the rules of the game so that I can play to win. I'm not going to sit up here and fool up with y'all and be like, it's not worth it to me to go someplace and they're like, you need a credit card. And I'll be like, no, I don't. because the federal law say and I'm in charge of my credit, and I can give you my own credit report, and you forget Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, you gonna take my oral report according to 15 USC, man? Please take my damn card and let me and my son go on our way, and I'll dispute this later or do whatever I have to do. I don't have the type of time that some of you have. Okay? I don't just sit up late at night by candlelight, right? Ruminating over all of the ways that I can do this stuff to buck the system. Some of y'all want to speed and then get pulled over by a cop and then say, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. And then you on the side of the road disputing federal consumer law with the cop. You're not even really agent of government. 15 USC, blah, 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 says that anybody who wears a badge and a uniform and da-da-da-da-da. Man, let me tell you something. I know someone who knows how to get out of tickets, and she says if she gets pulled over by the cop, it's a very quick transaction because her dispute is not with them. She takes it up with the agency, right? The entity that's trying to collect on that ticket. And she always gets out of it. But she's like, I take my ticket and go. What do I look like sitting on the side of the road? What do I look like sitting on the side of the road endangering my life? Even if I know the consumer laws and I know that cop really can't collect on that ticket legally, what good is that knowledge if I'm dead? I don't know if y'all think they teaching consumer law in police academy, but they're not. So I say all of this stuff out of love, and I really, I appreciate those of you who have heard my heart when I say things. I use a lot of emojis when I type to y'all. A lot of smiley faces, a lot of hearts, a lot of strong arms, so that y'all know I'm on your side. Because when you're typing text to people, there's no context, right? There's no nonverbal clues. So you don't know if the person is being a butthole or if they're really just trying to figure something out. Some of y'all be forgetting it. I have one guy on my text list. Everything that I typed to him, he was like, you get on my nerves. And I'm like, do you want to be off of the text list? And he's like, no, I say that when I say that it's a good thing. What? And you know who you are. You constantly telling me that I get on your nerves is a good thing? Is this like the boy who pulls your hair when you're in middle school? That really like what? But anyway, he and I are cool. Even though I get on his nerves, which apparently is a good thing. But one day he caught me at the wrong time and he said that you get on my nerves thing. I was like, look here, bro, this the last time you gonna tell me I get on my nerves, I'm having a bad day, blah, blah, blah. I gave him the business. He was like, whoa. Ain't no whoa. You getting on my nerves now, for real, literally, not figuratively, not booty backwards in a way that you're not getting on my nerves. And then I really, I want to say, yes, most cops don't even know basic law. Thank you. Most people don't know nothing, y'all. These people just working jobs, collecting their check to support their families. The same thing that all of us were doing before we fell down these consumer protection rabbit holes. And now all of a sudden you enlightened. Now all of a sudden you see the path. Now all of a sudden you're the chosen one for your family. And all of that is good. All of that is great. But you got to realize the rest of the world don't have no damn clue about what your crazy butt talk about. So don't expect them to understand and know what battles to fight and how to win the war, right? If you think when I talk to my mom, I'm talking to her about 15 USCs, you a fool. I'm talking about the latest pie that she baked. I'm talking about the things that are important to her. I still have regular conversations with regular people. I can only talk about this stuff with y'all. I'm not talking about this stuff with my family. I will help my family, now don't get me wrong, but I'm not, that's why I enjoy the conversations with the majority of y'all, because like attracts like, and y'all help me out more than you know. But yeah, I'm not going to my family with law books. I'm going over to my granny's house and I'm watching Steve Harvey with her if she wants. I'm watching Family Feud. I'm doing the things that she wants to do. So, you know, all of y'all who are like, I'm trying to put my family on game. If they don't want to be put on, leave them alone. Help them where they need help, but leave them alone. Maybe you are just the chosen one, and maybe you have to carry the mantle by yourself. So be it. Maybe you're not going to have a team, gang in your family, but you can go out there and find complete strangers that you can lock arms with, and they will pour into you, and you can help them. They can help you, and you can go so much further, faster with those people. Talk to the people that want to hear what you have to say. Leave the rest of the people alone. And talk to the people that can receive your message. Leave the rest of them people alone. Okay? Last question that comes to mind, somebody asked me this. She was like, hey Kim, I went on the FBI website and they said the Strawman is a scam and it doesn't really apply. What do you think about that, Kim? I mean, what do you think about that, Kim? Questions always trip me out. Again, I'm not mad at this person. I think she's a good person, and I guess this is a good question. But y'all, I don't have a lot of thoughts about a lot of the stuff that y'all say. Somebody was like, NFTs, Kim. What do you think about that, Kim? I think nothing about it. I'm not in the NFT game. What is this question? Crypto. What do you think about that, Kim? What? Have I ever done a video on crypto? I don't know. I have no clue. None. Sorry. I love it though. Y'all keep me young. Y'all keep me young with the laughter. But anyway, going back to the young lady that said a straw man, FBI says it's a scam. What do you think about that, Kim? First of all, I'm not a big FBI fan. Okay? I always consider the source. Why is this source saying this? What is their motive? And as far as them, you know, straw man, they said it's a scam. Again, if I didn't read what you read, then I really don't even know how to respond to you. But when people say stuff is a scam, I always look at like, what do I think about that? Right now, I have my bills paid by a business that most people think is a scam. When I joined that business, most people called me a scammer, strictly because I was in that business. Now, that was 2015 when I joined that business. Fast forward to 2022, and I have people saying, thank you, I feel so much better, I look so much better. I have one of my clients, I consider her a friend. She is super duper cool. This woman is bad, meaning good, right? She's a professional woman. I love her. When we talk on the phone, we have a good time. She's been rocking with me for a while. That's why I talked to her on the phone. And so she sent me her before and after, and just the difference in her face, I was just like, oh my. She said, don't you put it online. I said, I won't. I respect people's privacy. If they say they don't, I get so much stuff that I wish I could share with y'all, but people don't want me to, and I respect that. But I was happy that she did share it with me. I was like, yes, friend. Go best friend. Go best friend. She looked good, right? I was like, okay. But a lot of people say that business is a scam. Some people think marriage is a scam. I personally don't. Some people think all the time. My point is this. Why does it matter what I think? What really matters is what you think, because what you think is going to ultimately determine your actions. There have been so many people that I have tried to voice my opinion to, and I'm like, girl, you can do it. Girl, you the baddest. Girl, you this. Girl, you that. Boy, you got a dream. Boy, you need to make it happen. Boy, people waiting on you. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Come on. But ultimately, if that man is you know, if I'm his friend and I'm trying to speak life into him, but he has a woman who says he's stupid every day, and he believes her, you know, a lot of people are sleeping with the enemy, right? So if the person who's in his bed, yes, honey, that person who's in your bed, guess what? They're also in your head. Y'all don't understand that. So some of y'all are going to get nowhere in life because of who you live with. I ain't saying leave your baby now. Don't put that on me, because I ain't going to divorce court with you. But the person who is in your bed is also in your head. So if you're with somebody and they don't speak life to you, I don't care what somebody else thinks about you. I don't care what your mama said. I don't care what your children say. Daddy, you could do it. It's going to be hard for daddy to do it if mama hates daddy and makes that known every single day, and vice versa, right? like I said, it took me years to overcome some things that I was told by the person who was in my bed, that was in my head. That's why I don't be caring when y'all say, don't be too high and mighty, Kim. Shut up. Shut up. Where were you when my self-esteem was low? Were you building me up? Well, now that I feel good about myself, and again, my arrogance is really, I try to do it jokingly. It's not real. It's not real. If you know me in real life, forget this internet, social media, YouTube crap. If you know me in real life, then you know I YK, right? If you know, you know. But most of y'all ain't ever seen me a day in your life. And you don't know me outside of the 5 to 50 minutes I spend with you on a video. Bing bong. But yeah, it doesn't matter what I think if you don't think that you can do it. So regardless of whether you think Strawman is a scam, whether you think it's spam, whether you think it's a thing or not, I never even said that you should walk around talking about your Strawman. I never said that. What I said was that there's a book about it, right? And the concepts in that book made sense to me, and it helped me in my process of unlearning to relearn, to understand that every time I see my name, that might not necessarily be what I thought it meant this whole entire time. And when I read the concepts in the Strawman book, and then I pulled out my documents, right? I have my certificate of live birth for not only me, but also for my child. I have the actual certificate of live birth printed on color paper, print that looks much like the paper that money's printed, right? Some of y'all got a photocopy. Some of y'all got nothing. I advise you to fix that. Call, get these records. Call, get these records. Kim, I moved. Okay, great. I call, get the records. I had it, but I lost it. Why are we having conversation? Call and get it. I don't need the backstory of why you don't have it no longer. Call and get it. What was I saying? It'll come to me. Yeah, all this stuff, Kim, the FBI said the Strawman is a scam. What do you think about that? I think nothing of that. I think nothing of most of the stuff that y'all ask. I don't spend time. I spend more time. No, I think about stuff, but I only think about stuff that's important to me. I don't think about stuff that's important to y'all. Because that's how I get wrapped up in y'all's lives. And then my life be all screwy. And my son be looking at me like I'm Bobo the Fool. Like, chick, you let all these YouTube people, all these other people mess up what we got going here? Because my son is a product of me. He'll give me business. He'll talk me down when I'm going crazy. He does. He be like, no, mama, you know better. And I be like, I know, son, I know. You're right. He's a genius kid. My spawn is a genius. But no, he knows how to deal with me. But yeah, I don't think about stuff y'all be thinking about. If you want to believe what the FBI said, go ahead on. Here is what I know. I don't walk around talking to people. That's not my bill. That's my Strawman's bill. If you think I called AT&T and said that yesterday, you crazy. I paid that AT&T bill until I learned this billing era stuff, and I learned how to. I'm paying my bills. I'm not doing what some of y'all are doing out here. Kim, I'm about to be evicted. What can you tell me? Get a good moving company. What you want me to say? Until I can figure out how to effectively eliminate all of my bills, shoot, yeah, I'm paying them. I ain't got time to prove nothing to y'all. Be out here on these streets talking about your Strawman living under a bridge. However, again, the concept of the Strawman has helped me to see things that I could not see before. Because I'm like, hold on. It's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle. The problem is, the puzzle has 1,000,000 pieces, right? It's not this 100-piece puzzle. It's not this 1,000. It's like 1,000,000-piece puzzle. Some people have been doing this stuff for 10 plus years. 10 plus years, y'all. There's so much to learn about. There's liens. There's trust. There's some of y'all talking about 1099As, 1099Cs. I ain't fooling up with that. There's so much to learn about. Strawman, certificate of live birth, being sovereign, being a whore, looking up your cuspid number with federaltreasurydirect.gov or whatever. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. So I think this was enough rambling. Hold on one second. Let me get somewhere, because I see like a mighty long comment from my friend Lamone, and I want to know what he had to say. He's a kind of smart guy. Let's see. I'm going to literally pull over. When will I be home, Lord? What is it, 10:30? Sorry, I know that clicking was loud in y'all's ear, because y'all have told me in previous videos, stop putting on your turn signal when you're shooting a video. Okay, I just won't try out, sorry about that. Just trying to let folks know. But let me, Georgia's having some weird animals, boy. All right, we had to stop. Let's see, aren't y'all proud of me? My video didn't fall down this whole entire time. Okay, I forgot I'm old. I brought the phone close just to pull it back, so. All right, dang it, I've lost it. It's always comical to me how some people use passive aggressive when you don't respond. Okay, Althea, ain't that the truth? Okay, I saw that one. It's weird when the screen is wide. Estella said, I relate. I'm intelligent, come from a family of intelligent individuals who have categorized me into a box of being crazy. Yeah, that's how it works sometimes. I take it with pride and look outside my space to help and connect with others. It's the smartest thing to do. Don't worry about it. Okay, I have to take this call. I appreciate you for all you do. May your family condition get better. Oh, thank you. And with those who are not doing well, have a great day and a better tomorrow. He always says that, have a great day and a better tomorrow. That's nice. Thanks, Aman. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. Also, Estella, yeah, don't worry about it. Y'all need to learn to talk to people that like what you have to say. Stop talking to people like, I just don't understand. I don't understand men or women that like chase after men or women who clearly don't want them. Like, never let a man tell you he don't want you more than once. I don't understand people who hold on to friendships when clearly those friends have become enemies. Everything you do is wrong. Everything you say, I don't like how you did that. I don't like how you did that. Okay, girl. Our time. I bid you adieu. I bid you adieu. This is not to say that I don't value people. This is only to say, if you don't know me by now, right, and everything that I do offends you, then our season is over. I bid you adieu. I bid you adieu. And that's okay. All right? There goes my phone. Yeah, I'm not stressing out, because half the time y'all be worried about somebody, and while you're sitting at home pissed off to the highest of festivity, guess what they doing? Netflixing and chilling, eating some Haagen-Dazs Irish cream ice cream, not worried about yourself. They ain't worried about you. You stress about them. So anyway, guys, again, those are all the questions I can think of off of the top of my head. You guys I think I was on here for like an hour. Sorry about that, but then again, not sorry. I hope you found value in this video. Thank you guys for keeping me company on my ride home. I will later do a more structured, I will do these Q&As periodically. Somebody was like, I miss you. What happened to you? Why you not cutting videos? I had enough videos for y'all to act on. The goal is not, like, I'm not a YouTube creator like that. Like, gotta keep, I don't feed the algorithm. No, I do it when it needs to be done, when I have something to say. I do have a lot of videos to cut because I do want to tell y'all some stuff. But like I said, I got some situations going on personally that I need to take care of. So, it's about prioritizing. And y'all know I'm active on my list every single day, but as it relates to actually like sitting down and cutting a video, when I'm with my son, I try to give him his time. I bought a lot of courses lately, so I'm not going to pay like all this money for this information and then not even consume it. So yeah, I shoot videos when I need to shoot videos. But right now, I got to get together this text list class for my people, which I'm super excited about. Some of you have said, Kim, how is the class, when is the class, and how is it going to be. I decided this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, it's going to be live, but I do know that it is impossible. Like literally there's somebody in South Africa who bought the class. They live in the States, but they're in South Africa right now. So there are so many time zone differences, and I'm so grateful to technology for giving me this type of reach that I supersede time zones, baby. But it's going to be impossible for me to pick one day and time that makes everybody happy. So I already know there are people that will miss the live, and so there will be a replay available. However, I'm going to have 2 lives. I'm going to have a dry run practice course, and then the people that are able to make that will jump on with me. They'll hear the information twice if they do the dry run and the real one. I like that, the dry run and the real one. But I'm going to be looking for them. I'm going to really be relying on this first batch of people, and the invitation will be extended to everybody. I won't handpick people or anything like that, but I'm really going to be looking for the people who get on my dry run to give me tips and pointers about how I can make it better for the official one. All right, but trust me, you paid $20. And shout out to my people who tipped me. I was just like, oh my God, some of y'all tipped me like I had been waiting on y'all for an hour in a fancy restaurant. I was like, oh my goodness, y'all be making a girl feel good. Y'all really be making a girl feel good. I'm so serious, and y'all don't even understand right now everything that's going on in my life. I won't bore you with the specifics, but just know you are really appreciated. Okay? I'm not gonna blow the money on a new butt. My current butt is just fine. And on that note, we'll end. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Do all the stuff that pays me. I'll talk to y'all later. And again, thank you so much to my CashApp crew, even my Venmo group, and the people that are holding down the family, okay, with your financial support. If you can't do it, I completely understand. I used to be there. But for those that can and are doing,